So
Okay.
this is gonna be like behind the scenes stuff. So guys, this is like behind the scenes. You get to see everybody here. And your questions?
Yes. My question's
Did
been
you-
answered.
Where's that box?
Let me see.
Can I have the blue folder?
Capstone.
He's got them on
You've got them?
cards.
Well, no, I haven't put on cards yet, but I have the questions here.
With the
She's
answers.
her answers, yeah.
Don't be pushing it out.
That's what I'm looking for.
I don't know what I just.
Tell me the date.
I don't want to tell you what happened.
I'm ready to
because I
look
forgot to take
at.
everything.
I believe.
So I went to the
What did they do?
studio
Was it
to
last
get
Friday?
the camera
Yeah.
and stuff. So I go to the studio to get camera, and I said, "Where's the questions?" And he said, "Oh my God, I left them home." So I leave the
19.
studio. I don't lock the door. I don't put on the
Thank you.
alarm. I totally forgot to turn on the alarm. Locked the door of the studio, and headed back home. Looked for the questions, couldn't find them. Went back to the studio, and there they were. But at home, I have them in on index cards.
Oh.
Oh, this is going to be a
Angela?
732.
Don't know what that is.
Hello?
Hey, Megan, are you here?
Yes. Okay, I will send the elevator down. All right?
You got the lingo.
Well, yay. She
Yeah.
made it. Okay. Well,
Do you want to tell her to go send?
yeah. I
the
don't know
Angela?
where she went.
Her,
Okay, so this is this. And I don't know whose questions are, this is how organized we are. Okay? So I don't know whose questions are what, you know your questions?
I know my questions.
Okay, what is your first question?
Having a baby is very expensive,
Oh,
so
who the hell knows?
how should
Wait. Why do I have, okay, so this, what was your first question? Do you remember what it was?
Yes, mine was about how are they going to afford childcare? And my answer was PK.
Okay.
Those are probably Angela's. She had more than
I have,
most of us.
because it doesn't say whose it was, so I have, how do you stay involved in your child's academic program? I have, is there one element in life that worries you most about your financial situation?
Those are the
I have,
questions.
what diversity challenges does you and your family encounter on a day by day in Martin
Yes.
County?
I think that was the first set before we switched to the
Uh-oh.
panel discussion.
Yeah.
Well, she's printing them up, right? I hope, right? Yes?
She's printing my new ones. I don't know.
I didn't send
Who
her
else?
mine. I sent mine straight to you.
Thank you.
Good morning.
We're gonna have to put another two
Yeah,
chairs on that one.
I scooted down. Is it okay?
Okay, because we got to sit down, Pat. Wait, you can't sit down yet. We're not finished with you.
What's
Because
going on?
I need, because the questions I brought are the first set of questions.
there's a second
So,
set?
now we need another set of questions. So we need everybody's questions.
Well, you have yours, right?
He has his.
I got mine.
You got yours?
Yeah.
I
Okay.
got
so-
mine.
You got yours?
Yeah?
Okay, so
Okay.
we're just
Just
missing,
yours.
we have yours?
Yeah, I have mine.
So can you just make copies?
Do we need it?
Just so he has the
I sent it in the
questions.
email thread, mine.
Yeah, but this way I'll
He
have them
printed
so I can
the-
Oh, you
ask.
printed it?
The
Okay.
wrong one.
Asking for the original ones
What?
we sent?
You're asking a lot.
I can't, okay.
don't have-
I
you
just
don't
want you to
have
know that I couldn't find them, and I went to the studio, and it wasn't there. I went home, didn't lock the studio door, didn't turn on the alarm. I had to go back to the studio, and I took the wrong questions. I took the first set of questions.
Okay, if you guys tell me when you sent them to me, it will make my
I think she
life
sent
so
it either
much-
the 18th or the 19th. It was like right
Well, hold on.
around the same time.
You don't have to do everybody, you could copy his paper, copy
Yeah.
hers, and copy his. We only need Angela's.
Okay.
And mine's
Let me
just the
take
front
your
page.
staple.
You
What,
don't,
mine
you don't
are
need my
top cover?
answers.
Oh, okay.
So just the three.
Well, I know you have yours.
I don't think.
But
Right?
you don't, I thought you were talking about you having them.
He doesn't
Yeah, I
have
need
the
a copy of
questions
everybody.
To ask us.
Yeah, I have to ask you these questions.
Okay, I'll copy.
Yeah.
And here's ours.
So mine's stapled, but you just need the front page because
That his
all that
is
extends
behind.
on is the answer. He doesn't need that.
Okay, and
I don't need
then
that.
I've got yours on
I
the
sent it.
thing. Yeah, I've got yours on email.
Okay.
All right, you guys have a donut.
This is why we have a blooper reel.
But this is a cool hat.
The
Ray,
red.
want
Okay.
donuts? You want donut?
Oh, where's that box?
There's plates.
Oh, yeah.
Let me have that box. The organization here is just amazing how organized I am.
Jen's like, all right, well, I'm gonna go to my meeting.
Okay, I'm sorry.
It's an
I'm
effective rehearsal.
There's another one. Napkins.
Okay.
Thank you.
Have at it.
Hey, girl.
Thank you. And then one of those sets is yours too, like the hat and then the paperwork there.
I cannot believe, well, I can believe that I took the one question because it was a day. I just said next week this time.
I don't know what's what. I just asked
we
for
won't know what to do with
sorted.
ourselves.
I was like, give me a box of whatever.
Whatever you
We're
got.
not gonna know what to do with ourselves next week at this time.
I know.
Everything's gonna be.
It's coming.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I'm different than the rest of you because I can say whatever I want because I'm
That was
saying
Megan.
and it doesn't matter. But
Everybody's different and that's okay.
yeah. But the thing is, like I said, I think everybody who's doing through in class 33 are part of our team anyway. You know, and we're blessed to have had them. I think that I learned a lot. Like I said, I've worked this for years, and I think I learned a lot about a lot of people, and I think it was a blessing. And glad I met everybody, and especially you guys who kind of like stuck together to put this stuff together.
I think everyone did their part.
And Dana,
Yeah, it's been good.
who said we need shirts, we need hats, we need flash drives, and had to take my 400 calls.
Oh my God. We didn't talk about the questions part at all.
At the end, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do we have, is there anything that we need to prepare for that?
No, because it's open. It's an open town hall, so we don't know
We're just
what to
gonna-
expect. We're
Why
just
don't we
there
have him
to.
answer all the questions?
There we go.
Because we've answered
Oh,
everything. And, you know, you can do the heavy lifting with all the answers.
Is there anyone in the class that has more knowledge on this subject than us? That you guys know?
Oh, that's a good question.
I mean, there's certain people, I think, that that's their industry. And even with, like, for me, for IRSC,
Like the guy who works for
Well,
Indian
one
Town,
question I
right?
had for you.
Oh, you're
talking about
How does
Q&A after?
Bright Futures play into their?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't even
Does that
live
play
in the
into
county.
their?
it could, yeah. It depends on, well, I'll go back and look at that, but I'll add that.
I just wondered it because
Yeah.
that could be more context to what you were doing.
Yeah.
In respect
Yeah, there are
to, I mean, you know more about this than all of us. Is there anyone else that you can think of in the class that
I mean,
might?
I don't think anyone's gonna ask us a question that we won't have an answer
already
to.
know.
I mean, I wouldn't think.
Yeah.
Okay, so just know your questions.
Yeah,
Know your
just know
part of it.
your
As long as you
genre,
know your
yeah.
part of it, we should be able to field any questions.
And I'm sure the audience will direct the questions to they'll know who the expert on
Yeah.
the situation
Yeah.
is.
As long as
So,
they're not asked to me, because I don't live
No,
in the
you're
county.
answering. them.
obviously, I'll be getting the education questions.
Well, and I don't know what kind of questions they're even gonna ask because we're all researching the same topics just for a different
Right.
population. So
Right.
I don't know. So
Yeah.
we'll just have to see what.
Well, if I can, if they ask a question, then maybe I can guide it to the person that would have the best answer.
That's a good idea.
You know, so if they ask a question about school, I guess maybe we could have a
That's a good
signal of someone who knows that answer, or when they ask a question,
Yeah, just jump
Just
in.
use,
Yeah, you
just
just-
use
yeah,
those.
just jump in and
I'll
answer.
take that or whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
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 just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we can say, we don't answer that question.
complete the fit.
We don't have that answer. Don't ask that question. And this on this reel, if you can watch this before, we'll tell you the questions not to ask.
Or we just use the direct method that Ange uses, yes.
That works for me.
That's it.
But depending on the time, and I'm gonna look on the, how long this was filming.
Okay.
Actually, I should look now and get an idea.
Or
And it's just gonna give me an idea, because I started it earlier.
I'm pretty sure we're at least 20 minutes, at least.
Okay.
Which gives us time to
And
set
those
up
are
and tear down.
4, so.
So this has been recording for about 45 minutes, but it started way before.
And
So
we'll
yeah,
talk after, yeah.
but once I get, not home today, but on Monday, when I get home, I'll pull out this piece here that we just did, not the beginning pieces, and I'll look at the time and I'll let you guys know exactly how long it took.
Okay.
So, just going back to the format, so the interview that we saw at the beginning, where does that fall?
Okay, so see what you see on the first slide?
Right,
That's first.
right,
Then it flows into this one,
okay,
and then when this one ends, which is fine, that slide comes back on again.
okay.
That's how it's gonna end. So
So there's
it's
4
about
minutes.
3 minutes and 20
But
seconds.
the part with the interview.
The 3 different people.
That's gonna fall after that first slide. So you're gonna see that, and it's gonna go into that logo, and then into those 3 pieces, those 3 people that spoke.
I just noticed that we don't have their names anywhere on your video.
Whose names?
Brianna and Justin.
Okay.
It's just verbally mentioned by you, and they introduce themselves, but would it be a good idea to have something like Brianna and Justin, a true story? Somewhere in your
Is that even
slides?
possible at this late time?
You can do it, right on that slide.
He's going out of town this weekend.
See where it says produced by the studios?
Right.
Let us know where to
It
do.
could say Brianna and Justin, a true story, produced by.
Well, I'm just trying to think, is
We
that
need
where
a title.
is that where we want it, or do we want it where working families, the Brianna and Justin
So-
story?
Yes.
Right, because working families, working
That's
families.
right, it's just a quick overlay, it's really not that big.
I don't care, just put a title on it.
No, it's not really a big thing. The most time consuming is transferring everything onto all these 8 million flash drives.
So is this going to
Oh.
end up as one video? So
Yeah,
it
it's
just
gonna run
plays?
straight, those 2
Okay.
will be one video straight through.
Okay.
Then there'll be a stop,
So,
and then there'll
And
be
we'll
this
start.
ridiculous
Okay.
video now.
Working Families is the name of our news story, or group.
Our show.
Our show, yeah.
Yeah,
Right,
yeah.
and it'll be
And so the
the
director,
Brianna and Justin story, or the story of Justin and Brianna, or however it looks best,
the other one.
underneath where it says working families.
Or we can just have a sign on the panel.
Well, I mean, it's
I
not a
don't
big
want you
deal
to
to put in
redo
there.
everything. I don't want you
Yes,
to
you
redo
do, stop lying.
everything.
But it's not a big deal. It's a
Okay.
2-minute thing, because I can't, I'm not gonna do it on all, because once I do it on one, and put it all together, it'll just be copies, so it's
Okay.
not that big a deal. It's just
Okay.
a little time consuming, but not a big deal.
Okay,
He's got people for
great.
No, I don't.
He's
My husband did it.
They're not
Is
working.
away until after this is done.
that. Well, find new people.
The intern that did it, actually, the intern that did it, I got from leadership.
Oh,
I met one of the
That's
schools, the high school kid,
Yeah.
and he did a really good job, because if you think about it, he's on the spectrum, and we taught him how to do some editing, and he put most of this together.
No, that's great.
did a great job.
Yeah, better than I would have done.
Do you want to give him a hard hat?
He's done.
Oh, he's done.
Yeah, I got rid of him now. I'm waiting for the next. But I'm like half of his grade.
Just get discarded.
I'm like half of his grade, and he doesn't. He's only 17. He doesn't drive. His mom or grandmother took him, and he's supposed to do 60 hours, but his schedule was not our schedule because he doesn't get there till 1, 2 o'clock, and we close at 2:30. So we
2:30 in
stay.
the afternoon?
What?
Those are great
Yeah, we
hours.
close at 2:30. We open
He's
at
gotta
10.
get the happy
We
hour.
open at 10:30 and we close. We open 10:30 and close at
So do you
2:30.
have like news, like radio hours, like 5 to 2?
Well, we don't have to. We come in to film. You know, I do all the networking, and they just because those hours were open, they have editing to do and stuff like that. So they
Oh, like
work
to
an
come
extra
in and-
3 hours a week. We don't have the same thing as you guys. We don't.
No,
we're
the
not
other question I
that guy.
have is, do we want to organize our questions for the other groups so we can be hammered down? Because we're going to be on the other side of things. The other teams are environmentalists, social and or economical disadvantage, retirement, and business professionals. Do we want to come up with some questions about their presentation in advance?
I see what you're saying.
You know what I mean? So that we can be, you
You're
know.
scaring me because they're meeting together going, hey, this working family, do we want to come up with for them that to give them really
But
hard
isn't
time?
that the right thing to do, to come up with a couple questions for each of those groups?
I mean, we could. I don't.
How about if I do that?
There you go.
Good.
And I'll come up with some ideas about questions for them. Because I do
You
want to
go,
be
Dana.
prepared.
Really?
You
should, my husband's coming to the thing, so, you know, he has to live with me. Because you guys all get to say goodbye, but he has to stay.
Wait, he's coming to the capstone?
He's coming to the
Graduation?
graduation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was not coming to
We're not presenting at graduation.
Vic's coming to the graduation
No,
too.
you know, but what I mean is, that, you know,
No, once we get through
welcome to
this,
his
we're good.
world.
Yeah.
That's during the
day. My wife's coming also, so I get it.
Yeah. I'll come up with a couple questions for the other 4 groups.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, there's 6 of us. There's 50 flash drives. There's 6 of us. That makes 44 flash drives because we're gonna want one. 44, 43, 42 because Cindy and Tim are getting one.
Okay?
Okay, so we have 40, we only need 30 to give out because,
Including us.
That's
for the whole
including
class.
us.
Including us.
Yeah.
oh right, so
Yeah.
we have more than enough. We're
31,
we're
32,
really,
Yeah.
27
Yeah.
to give out.
Yes, we're good.
Yeah.
well, it's gonna be interesting to see what other people do. That's all I really gotta say.
Well, if someone
Tell no
said
one about our
Jeopardy,
swag. Tell no one.
Yeah, that's right.
Because we don't want them
No.
to scramble last minute to
You're gonna
get stuff.
discuss that at the beginning.
Yeah.
Just don't put any pictures up, don't talk
Yeah.
on it, just like, whatever, just let it go. And we'll just be there
Yeah.
looking the part. Okay? Looking the part. If they come up, who's, with the Jeopardy thing? If they come up with a Jeopardy board on screen, that will impress me. But we'll see.
I'm prepared to be impressed. I think we've got some good, I mean, there's some interesting people.
Right. And we like the people, I mean, we're talking, but we really do
The
like the other people.
environmentalists.
Yeah.
Grace was telling me that's what they were doing.
what
Who's
is it?
doing that?
The environmentalists, they're doing
Sally,
Jeopardy.
Grace, Susan,
Oh, they are?
Deborah, Carl.
Okay.
That'll be
Grace
fun.
told you.
Well, don't tell Grace.
She asked me, she's like, what do you guys do? I was like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think we just want to keep our things to ourselves.
Yeah.
And surprise her when we get there. As long as I remember to bring
I love that we
the hat.
have these. This is so
What?
funny. I never thought I'd wear one of these in my life.
So, I'm gonna have a sticker made that says Beetle Bailey on top. But I think that, like I said, everybody's
Who
did a
made
great
them?
job.
Yeah.
I got them from a company that we work with on a regular basis.
Really?
Yeah, they did the jump drives too. The jump drives say working families on.
No, I love the logo too.
That's,
The logo's
Yeah.
great.
yeah,
Logo is
I think,
perfect.
That was my designer, he's great.
Yeah, I love it.
I think that the price that you paid for the jump drives was amazing.
Yeah.
Because we go through a lot of jump drives.
Yeah.
And we were gonna have them made for the studio to give away. And they were just ridiculous, people wanted a ridiculous price with the logo. Okay?
Is a jump drive the same thing as a flash drive? Or is it-
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Sorry, that's old term.
sorry.
We've all dated ourselves.
I never heard it called that before. So
We're gonna transfer this to 8-track.
Floppy disk.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 1/4, man.
Okay, I'm probably one of the only people that can convert 5 1/4 and 3.5s
Yeah.
to digital.
So you do reel to reel?
No, I don't do real, and I don't do 8mm, but I do everything else. But there's nobody that does 3.5 drives. The other one, the 5, that's really, if someone has any of them that's still working, it'd be a miracle. But
That's
the 3.5,
the actual big floppy drive, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm- yeah.
How about Laserdisc?
you know, I don't know.
Laserdisc.
Wow.
I mean,
I don't remember using those.
for the right price, I probably could get it
3.5
done.
inch floppy drive.
Yeah, the 3.5s are still around.
Everyone at
Yeah.
school had one.
Yeah,
You
there's a
push
couple
it in.
people, yeah, because a lot of people did their
Playing with the
accounting.
little thing.
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
on QuickBooks, and it used to be not like it is. So you used to have to download every day onto 3.5 and then give it to the accountant. So people
they
still
hold
have all
that
those
things.
and want them. So we do,
And
but
they park their
mostly,
dinosaur outside.
look, do you know how many VHS I do a month? Probably about 60
Wow.
conversions a month. Because people have family stuff
To digital or
It's a
to
big
digital,
business.
yeah.
Yeah.
You use
that's
beta.
cool.
Do you deal with betas at all?
No. But the thing, what I get a lot of is people who have family who passed away. My dad passed away, we have a VHS and there's no other
Yeah.
pictures or anything.
I have a bunch of those in my attic, yeah.
Yeah, Well,
in
what
your
call?
attic, they're probably not any good
I
anymore.
would say they're probably done.
Probably melted.
I did probably 50 for Rob Gluckman. And he gave me a bunch of cassettes to do. So I'm listening to music. I'm listening to the music. Vicky's sitting there working on her computer. And it's like this great music and everything. And then all of a sudden it was Andrew Dice Clay. So every other word is a curse. And Vicky's going, he just lost points in my thing. I was like, really, where did this come from? But we convert so much stuff, so many people. And it's time consuming. Everything's time consuming. But once this is organized, this will be really easy. Once it's on cards, it'll be really easy. And once you have your stuff, it'll get really, really easy.
I think it was good.
Am I allowed to have flashcards
What?
when I present?
You're
gonna have index
you'll
cards.
have whatever, so you put it on whatever format you feel comfortable with. If you want it on cards, put it on cards.
Oh, I can have it. Like,
You can do
okay.
it,
yeah.
it could be in a notebook, it could
Okay.
be just not digital. It can't
Okay.
be on your phone, it can't be in a computer, well,
So like
I guess it could be
you
a
could get a
tablet.
folder like what
Yeah,
Dana
I think it's better
has,
to
or a
just have-
portfolio, like
Right.
you have something
Yeah.
in your pad.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
look, you
Portfolio
look
or-
better if it's on a card. An index card is usually the best
Yeah.
because people work on index cards.
So the example that I used as the theme, or was thinking about like a 2020, if you watch 2020 or some of those news shows where they have a panel that they're asking questions about the news. They're the journalists
Okay.
that did the reporting, and they watch their segment, and then they ask the questions typically after, and they're usually sitting there on, like I said, on like a bar stool, and they've got their notebook or their piece of paper in front of them that has their notes on it, and that's kind of the theme or the underlying theme. It's a theme of what this is. Words are hard.